Welcome in to the Thursday edition of the Fun Astrology Podcast, December 14th. Sounds like it's getting close to the holidays, doesn't it? And I know for some of you, you are already in your holidays, and we wish you the very best. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. We have a really light day today. In fact, no direct major Ptolemaic aspects in the chart. So we're going to set up Friday and then take the weekend off, I think. But first, I wanted to check in on Mercury Retrograde. How are you guys doing? Has it been that strong, or like we talked about yesterday, that trine to Jupiter? How's that playing out for you? I haven't had any problems yet. Hello? Testing? Testing 1, 2, 3. Well, be careful what you say. You might eat your words, right, with Mercury retrograde. All right, so it hasn't been that bad, seriously, around here. Tomorrow, though, we have a cool aspect. It happens at 35 minutes past East Coast midnight, so 12:35 in the morning. The sun trines the north node of the moon. That means it sextiles the south node. Of course, the south node in Libra, the north node in Aries. To me, I'm going to add that to the positive column of what we're dealing with during this Mercury retrograde, because one of the first events of it is that we get to take a look at our karma in a positive light. So if you indeed did turn off your phone, and you're not really listening to this until January, but seriously, I think this is another positive, that we get to work on this. And if you are taking a technological break, I'll tell you what I did. Yesterday, I got up and spent an hour. No screens, no phone, no nothing, just me and my journal, capturing thoughts as they came in, thinking about things, asking questions, writing down notes. It was wonderful. That's the stuff of Mercury retrograde. Now you're saying, I know, that the sun is in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, and the north node is in Aries, which is a fire sign. Does that mean that it's too hot? Well, it is a trine. So yes, the planets are working together. It's a 120-degree aspect. If you were to look at this in the sky, they would be 120 degrees apart if you could see the nodes, which of course you can't. It's an intersection point. But that point is working favorably with the sun right now, which the sun is, of course, your essence, your illumination, your radiant you of this incarnation, how you came to do it. Your uniqueness. God bless you and God love you. And we all have a path, and we're all on it. And our path is our guru. It's our teacher. So we honor each other's paths. Could you imagine in a high timeline world where people just honored each other as their path is their teacher? How can you make it wrong in that context? That right there would stop about 80% of the current dialogue on social media. And it would be a wonderful world. We can hope and pray, too. All right, the moon enters Aquarius at 12:55 tomorrow. There's nothing today. Like I said, we're all focused on tomorrow and then a couple of things on the weekend. And that last aspect now before the moon enters Aquarius at 12:55 Eastern on Friday is that it conjoins Mother Pluto. So we have a favorable aspect now, and we actually have several coming up, including the next one, which is Sunday. The last lunar aspect on Sunday is actually a sextile to the sun. So we have two favorable lunar last aspects between now and Sunday. You can see all of this on Kristen's lunar calendar. If you go to funastrology.com/moon, you can see it anytime. Just call that page up on your phone, or you can download it by just clicking on the calendar itself, and you'll be able to download it right from there. Made it super easy for you. And thank you, Kristen, for keeping us posted with all of that great information on the moon. So you can follow that through all the way through the weekend. But the moon does enter Aquarius, so the drum beat for Saturday and Sunday is, leave me alone, don't tell me what to do, I got this my own self. Now, tomorrow's other aspect. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day, Friday the 15th. Fiery Sagittarius Mars trines fiery Aries Chiron. Now, that's also on the same day, although separated by, 18 hours, that the sun trined the north node in Aries. So we're getting a double look with this same signature of this Sagittarius Aries energy on Friday. And it's all dealing with that karmic stuff that we came here to work on. And that energy is going to be strong for us today. So you know what that says to me? Today, Thursday, and tomorrow if you can. As much as you can make it a tech-free day. And replace the technology with your soul, with your soul's journey, with your karma, with your higher self. Isn't that a better trade? I mean, and I know for a lot of us we can't because that's how we make our money. Our income depends on it. But rather than engaging with the collective energy of the phone, why don't you engage with the higher energy of your soul? Because you have a favorable aspect with the North Node in the Sun. That can't get any better. You have a favorable aspect with Mars, like supercharged superchange, and your very core wounds that you brought into this life. It's almost like they're handing out free money down on the corner, but you're too busy to get up and go down there, or too distracted because there are 15 posts on Instagram. You want to watch the videos. See what I'm saying? Honor yourself. Catch this beautiful energy because Saturday is a square. It's the Sun and Neptune that we talked about a couple of days ago. And that's the aspect that will keep you on the social media and keep you away from the benefit from the gold mine that might show up for you today and tomorrow if you take that Mercury retrograde break. If you want to play the high game, take the offer and prove me wrong. You have to be tuned in now. You have to replace it with being tuned in. All right, and then Sunday, we just mentioned earlier that the last aspect before the void of course moon is at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is a favorable sextile to the sun, and then the moon changes signs. A long void of course on Sunday. Most of Sunday day is going to be void of course, almost 8 hours, because the moon changes to Pisces at 3 p.m. Eastern. Now, that fixes you up pretty good with some cool energy to play with on the positive side of the coin. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I'll get a hall pass day, and we'll come back on Saturday with Ray Merriman, level up Sunday night with Kristen and Alyssa, and I'll be back with you again on Monday. Love you so much. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.